Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's exploration of a truly thought-provoking topic, One World Under Doom. In this video, we embark on an in-depth journey through some of the most challenging scenarios that modern science and historical perspectives have to offer, all while keeping a relaxed tone and friendly precision in our discussion. Our analysis will combine advanced data-driven insights with decades of research from multiple fields, so whether you're a climatologist, a nuclear strategist, or simply an enthusiast of complex systems theory, there's something here for you. We begin by setting the stage with essential historical context and exploring the enduring cultural representations of doom. Over centuries, humanity's imagination has been captivated by apocalyptic visions, often intertwining myth, religion, and science. Today, we not only consider these early narratives, but also look at their modern incarnations and the critical role they play in guiding expert analysis. In the coming minutes, we will dissect technical details through data and fact-driven discussion, ensuring that every claim is backed by robust analysis. We'll investigate links between historical alarm and contemporary scientific consensus, while openly discussing uncertainties and assumptions inherent in predictive models. Whether you're here to better understand the intricate feedback loops behind climate change, the precarious balance of nuclear deterrence, or the evolutionary pressures that influence our responses to pandemics, prepare for a detailed yet accessible overview. Stay tuned as we dive into the depths of global crises and their multifaceted impacts on society, technology, and our collective future. Our aim is to foster a deeper understanding of how various existential threats can intersect, while ensuring that our conversation remains both rigorous and engaging for an expert-level audience. Enjoy the journey, indeed. Historical context and cultural representations of doom. Throughout history, civilizations have wrestled with the concept of doom, embedding it in everything from early mythologies to the most advanced scientific theories of today. Scholars often point to the ancient Babylonians, Greeks, and Mayans as pioneers in formulating apocalyptic predictions based on celestial events, natural disasters, and ritualistic ceremonies. These early civilizations not only observed patterns in the skies, but also imbued those occurrences with religious and superstitious significance, setting the stage for a long history of doomsday predictions. The ancient texts, including the Norse Eddas and the biblical Book of Revelation, provide detailed narratives that have shaped cultural attitudes toward end times. In many of these stories, doom is portrayed not simply as an inevitable end, but as a transformation, a shifting of order that spurs a new beginning. The interplay between divine will and human endeavor is a recurring theme that has both comforted and terrified societies over centuries. As we transition into the modern era, scientific advancements have provided a more data-driven perspective on potential global catastrophes. Researchers are now able to quantify risks with statistical models and predictive algorithms, thereby moving beyond the allegorical interpretations of ancient texts. Modern art, literature, and cinema have also embraced these themes, often incorporating complex scientific theories such as chaos theory, entropy, and systemic risk into their narratives. The evolution of these representations demonstrates how the lens of doom has shifted from mystical determinism to one of empirical scrutiny. Contemporary discourse is enriched by cross-disciplinary research, combining insights from climatology, nuclear physics, epidemiology, and artificial intelligence, among others. This integration of knowledge has led to sophisticated discussions that not only examine the probability of catastrophic events, but also analyze the mechanisms through which societal responses can influence outcomes. Statistical data and historical trends have become invaluable tools for experts trying to forecast potential triggers of global calamity. From the mathematical modeling of climate tipping points to the probabilistic assessments of nuclear war scenarios, the modern narrative is one of informed skepticism and cautious realism. In today's conversation, we aim to bridge the gap between these ancient warnings and our current understanding, showing that while the language of doom has changed, the fundamental human concern with survival and transformation remains constant. By revisiting these cultural and historical frames, we cultivate a robust analytical foundation that empowers us to understand not only the events themselves, but also their complex precursors. This analytical approach, enriched by quantitative methods and interdisciplinary dialogue, equips experts with the necessary tools to interpret and mitigate the challenges that lie ahead. The legacy of those early predictions strongly endures. Key doomsday scenarios: climate change and environmental collapse. Climate change stands as one of the most quantifiable and urgent doomsday scenarios faced by our planet. The scientific consensus, underpinned by decades of satellite observations and climate modeling, indicates that rising greenhouse gas concentrations, particularly CO2 and methane, are driving unprecedented global warming trends. Data indicates average global temperatures have risen roughly 1.1 degrees Celsius, with scenarios predicting increases up to 4 degrees Celsius by century's end. These trends are not abstract. They manifest in tangible impacts such as accelerated ice melt in polar regions, rising sea levels, and more severe weather phenomena. Critical thresholds or tipping points have been identified in key systems, including the Amazon rainforest and the West Antarctic ice sheet, where loss of resilience could lead to irreversible changes. Advanced climate models incorporate atmospheric chemistry, oceanic circulation, and cloud feedback loops that forecast nonlinear responses, amplifying warming effects. For instance, diminishing ice cover reduces the albedo effect, creating a positive feedback loop that increases Earth's energy absorption. Recent studies using integrated assessment models have quantified economic risks, projecting declines in agricultural productivity, damages to coastal infrastructure, and displacement of populations. Experts emphasize that immediate action is essential, as every fraction of a degree in temperature rise influences our global future. Nuclear war and global conflict. Nuclear war represents another high-consequence doomsday scenario, marked by its rapid, large-scale impact and complex political dynamics. Experts in international relations and strategic studies assert that the proliferation of nuclear arsenals during the Cold War provided a delicate balance of terror that still influences geopolitical strategies today. Advanced simulations and probabilistic risk assessments have estimated that even a limited nuclear exchange could lead to hundreds of thousands of immediate fatalities, with long-term environmental and genetic consequences. The detonation of nuclear devices introduces not only explosive yield damage, but also radioactive fallout, which can compromise ecosystems and human health for decades. Modern models integrate nuclear yield data, blast radius calculations, and atmospheric dispersion studies to forecast the cascading effects of nuclear conflict on global food supplies, public health infrastructures, and economic stability. Data indicates that the strategic stability offered by mutually assured destruction has been a double-edged sword, often limiting tactical nuclear use while perpetuating ongoing stockpiling. Emerging new nuclear states and evolving technologies require risk assessments to consider digital command systems, cyber vulnerabilities, and shifting geopolitics. Through detailed quantitative analysis and historical case studies, experts continue to refine our understanding of nuclear war's potential to disrupt global order. Indeed, pandemics and biothreats. Pandemics and biothreats constitute another critical dimension of our doomsday scenarios, underlined by their complex interplay of biology, technology, and societal response. Historically, outbreaks such as the Spanish flu and the Black Death have demonstrated the capacity of infectious diseases to reshape societies and economies. In contemporary analysis, advanced genomic sequencing and epidemiological modeling have enhanced our ability to track pathogen evolution and transmission dynamics in real time. Quantitative metrics, such as the basic reproduction number, R0, and infection fatality rate, now form the backbone of predictive models that inform public health strategies. Modern biotechnology amplifies the potential risks, as research into gain-of-function experiments and synthetic biology raises ethical and safety concerns. The convergence of global travel, urbanization, and antibiotic resistance further complicates the landscape, making even minor viral mutations a potential catalyst for widespread disruption. Data-driven surveillance systems and real-time reporting frameworks are critical for early detection and intervention. Experts continuously update risk assessments based on statistical forecasts and historical precedents, emphasizing the importance of international cooperation. Technological risks, AI and beyond. Technological risks, particularly those associated with artificial intelligence, are emerging as critical components in our doomsday analysis. Advanced AI systems, while promising groundbreaking innovations, also pose risks through algorithmic bias, autonomous decision-making failures, and potential misuse in military applications. Quantitative assessments are now evaluating AI's probability of unintended consequences and systemic vulnerabilities in complex networks. These evaluations underscore the necessity of ethical guidelines and robust oversight mechanisms. As AI technology continues to evolve rapidly, experts urge proactive research and regulatory measures to guard against destabilizing impacts. Global impact and societal responses. Global crises such as those we have explored impose cascading effects on socioeconomic structures, governance, and everyday life. Data-driven analyses illustrate that the economic costs of climate change include diminished agricultural yields, increased disaster recovery expenditures, and disruption of global supply chains affecting markets worldwide. Economic models predict that unchecked climate change could reduce global GDP by several percentage points over the coming decades. Similarly, nuclear conflict would not only result in catastrophic loss of life, but also plunge entire regions into political instability, disrupt trade, and trigger resource shortages that could last for generations. Technological threats and pandemics further compound these challenges, each demanding a nuanced understanding of risk management. Societal responses vary significantly across different regimes. Some governments have robust emergency preparedness systems, while others struggle with inadequate infrastructure and policy planning. Institutional readiness is evaluated by indicators such as response time, resource allocation efficiency, and capacity for rapid mobilization. International organizations play a pivotal role, providing frameworks for cooperation, setting standards for safety, and facilitating the exchange of critical information. Joint efforts in crisis management have been shown to reduce vulnerabilities through coordinated disaster response exercises and mutual aid agreements. Historical case studies further underscore the importance of resilience and adaptability. For example, analyses of post-war recoveries reveal that societies which invested in diversified economic policies and technological innovation rebounded faster than those that did not. Moreover, the emergence of global digital networks has enabled real-time communication and resource sharing, further bolstering international response capabilities. However, disparities in access to technology and education can intensify societal divides, complicating the overall response to crises. Ultimately, the global impact of existential threats requires a concerted, multi-layered response. Governments, private sectors, and international bodies must collaborate to design robust systems that not only mitigate damage, but also pave the way for sustainable recovery and long-term resilience. By integrating detailed statistical analyses and historical lessons into planning, societies can better anticipate challenges and empower communities to respond effectively. Financial markets now incorporate the risks of global crises. Investment strategies and insurance models are recalibrated to account for losses from severe hurricanes, wildfires, and geopolitical tensions. In the event of nuclear conflict, estimates include long-term healthcare costs for radiation victims, decontamination expenses, and economic downturns due to instability. Environmental economists have developed models that capture both direct and indirect losses, offering policymakers a clearer view of potential challenges. Public sentiment and trust in government critically shape crisis responses. In areas with low confidence, misinformation worsens outcomes, while transparent, evidence-based communication fosters communal resilience. This comprehensive synthesis of economic, social, and technological analyses is essential for crafting strategies that mitigate harm and accelerate recovery following global catastrophes. These multidimensional assessments enable governments and international bodies to develop proactive measures, allocate resources more efficiently, and build resilient communities prepared for future challenges. Strategies for resilience and survival. To counter the multifaceted threats of our era, both individual and collective resilience strategies have become essential. Experts advocate for proactive measures that include comprehensive risk assessments, emergency preparedness training, and investments in robust infrastructure. Advanced technological solutions, such as early warning systems, renewable energy grids, and decentralized communication networks, are being deployed to mitigate risks in real time. Moreover, research into adaptive urban planning and sustainable resource management highlights the importance of designing communities that can withstand and quickly recover from disruptive events. On an individual level, cultivating a mindset geared toward continuous learning and self-sufficiency is crucial. This involves developing skills in areas such as first aid, cybersecurity, and sustainable living practices. Community initiatives, such as local emergency response teams and neighborhood support networks, further enhance societal resilience. In addition, fostering collaborations between public institutions, private enterprises, and academic organizations allows for the pooling of expertise and resources, resulting in innovative solutions that address complex challenges. Policymakers and experts underline that resilience is not merely about surviving a crisis, but about adapting and thriving in its aftermath. By integrating scientific research with pragmatic strategies, societies can reduce vulnerabilities and build flexible systems designed for recovery. Ultimately, resilience and survival depend on a combination of technological innovation, informed policy decisions, and the collective commitment of communities to sustain and improve their quality of life in the face of adversity. Additional strategies emphasize the integration of technology and traditional risk management practices. Investing in smart infrastructure, expanding local food production, and establishing comprehensive digital security measures can significantly bolster resilience. Moreover, cultivating cross-border research initiatives and community-led disaster drills ensures a cohesive and coordinated response during emergencies. Conclusion and call to action. In summary, our exploration of the multifaceted threats facing our global community reveals a challenging landscape where historical warnings and modern scientific analyses converge. We have examined advanced scenarios ranging from climate change and nuclear conflict to pandemics and technological risks, noting that each crisis brings its own unique set of technical challenges and socio-political implications. As we conclude, remember that informed action is key. Engage with the detailed evidence and innovative strategies presented here to cultivate resilience both individually and collectively. Do not be passive observers. Participate in dialogues, support research initiatives, and contribute to developing policies that safeguard our future. If you found this discussion insightful, please subscribe to our channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and join us in exploring more in-depth analyses of pressing global issues. Together, we can transform knowledge into action and ensure that our world remains a place of innovation, security, and enduring hope. Thank you for watching this comprehensive analysis. We encourage you to explore further, engage in critical debate, and help forge a resilient future for all right now.